They also serve as the backbone for Battle Cry.
25 chairs.
They plan the events, act in them, and even create their own media to combat today's mass media.
It just shows, like statistically, where teens are at. At the very end, one girl's holding a sign. It says, "All of us need to be reached."
Can we just talk straight here? Pornography has nothing to do with you.
The day we visited Luce in Texas, he was warning students that pornography can be addictive.
And don't be thinking, well, as soon as we get married, it'll all be over because then I'll be there for him. No. In fact, you will never be able to live up to stuff that he's seen.
On campus, students must follow a strict set of rules.
Good morning.
No secular music or television. No R-rated movies. No alcohol, no drugs, no dating.
When I, read that women have to wear skirts of a certain length and guys aren't allowed to, go on the internet unsupervised, I think, totalitarian regimes.
No, it's about learning to have disciplines that communicate purity. The skirt's length are to keep guys from, any man on the planet can be distracted, and we don't want to unintentionally create distraction.
But Ron, that's what the Taliban said. They kept women in their house because men couldn't be trusted around them.
Well, there's extremists. You came to our campus, they did, your team did. They could see that we're not extremists. Kids are normal and they have fun and they wear normal clothes. It's just not, they've not adapted, we haven't adapted the dress code to the sexualization that's happened in our culture.
I'm really excited. San Francisco is huge, and there's going to be like 26,000 kids there.
We met one of Luce's lieutenants, 22-year-old Mindy Peterson, at the academy in Texas, and we followed her to Battle Cry in San Francisco.
Go for Mindy.
Mindy, too, has a troubled history. She's the product of an affair between her mother and a father she never knew.
My father, he was an abortionist. He's a doctor. He does abortions. And so finding that out it's kind of hard for me. Well, yeah, your father was married and your mom got pregnant and he wanted to abort you.
Come here.
I believe abortion is wrong. And all I can say is that it could have been me.
Before her senior year in high school, Mindy went on a weekend church retreat. There, she found God.
I just started praying to God. And everybody has that choice. Like, everybody has a choice whether you're going to believe or you're just not going to believe.
Her mission now, to spread the word to other teenagers in trouble.
Yes, I do consider myself one of God's warriors. A warrior is someone, a soldier who wants to fight. There's God and then there's an enemy. And God is fighting for your life. And that's the battle right there.
Armed with their faith and ready to spread their truth.
They don't belong here.
When we come back, Battle Cry goes to war.
Ron Luce's future, a narrow and hateful kind of Christianity.
San Francisco. A protest against Ron Luce and his army of Christian conservative youth.
We're heading to the rally.
I rode with Luce to City Hall, where he and his followers were planning a demonstration of their own.
We want you to be part of God's army.
He professes not to understand the anger.
What do you expect? What did you have last year?
Well, we were shocked last year with the amount of anger and hostility from the protesters.
They don't belong here.
But how shocked could he be? After all, Battle Cry is being staged in arguably the most liberal city in America.
This city is all about joy, not about hate.
Battle cry is a tool to make the kids into little fascist zombies.
This year, their reception would be just as noisy. This is the intersection of faith and the secular world. Mindy Peterson, the student we met in Texas, was at the rally leading a prayer for the Battle Cry crowd.
God, I ask that as we do this battle cry, Lord, that you would reveal yourself to the teenagers, God, here, God.
Let me hear you say,
how many want to turn your generation around? In the midst of a culture that mocks Christians, calls us bigots, puts us down, we cannot keep the good news to ourselves.
Do you consider being gay a crime or a sin?
A crime?
A crime, a sin?
Well, you know, we believe in purity. According to the Bible, it's not God's plan. There's a lot of data that shows that gay men have a significantly shorter lifespan.
Honey, it's fine!
I guess many people want to know why you would bring this message into this state at this time, given the polarization. And the message, they say, is very divisive rather than inclusive.
The message of Jesus was divisive as well. You know, so much of our culture has become great. You know, there's really not a right, really not a wrong. And really, that's not the message of the Bible. Wrong things will hurt you and destroy you. And these kids are choosing the right thing and choosing to live with purity.
I tracked Mindy down to get her take on the rally.
There's one misconception that has happened today at this rally, and that is that these people think that our war is against other people. They think that our war is against man, and our war isn't. Our war is against like the pain in teenagers' hearts, like depression, alcoholism, those things that are like tearing our teenagers apart.
Our God is an awesome God. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above.
Wandering through the crowd, I was surprised to find children as young as 11 enlisted in God's army.
So what is it like being a Christian at school?
It really scares me to see people at such a young age, in middle school age, having sex and getting pregnant.
People you know of your age?
I know someone in 6th grade that has had sex before.
Kids in your class are doing drugs and having sex?
They're doing drugs and having sex, and they're not really even thinking anything about it. They're just saying, well, it's just an action.
And what are you girls going to do? Be celibate till you're married?
Stay pure. We made a commitment. We had a purity night, and we made a commitment to God to stay pure until marriage.
He's an awesome God, he reigns.
The demonstrations had ended, and Battle Cry was about to begin. For 2 days, I watched as teenagers headbanged their way through a combination rock concert and religious revival, shouting out their morality.
Each of us needs to shape the culture.
And fighting back against what they call a toxic secular society.
What if we right here tonight in San Francisco, we kept it raw, passion for God. I want something so real, it eats away at every part of my life. It kills my passion for God.
But in the midst of all that fervor and noise, what struck me was one woman in the wings,
Take my breath away. I wanna be
alone and singing to herself, as if she were in a trance.
Who are you singing to?
The Lord. I'm just worshiping God. This ministry changed my life, you know? And it's just really overwhelming because people come here and their lives really get changed. And I sing because I know that what I have inside of me is real. And it doesn't matter who protests, and it doesn't matter who asks questions. I know that what I have inside of me is real, and it changed my life. And it's a man, and his name is Jesus Christ.